Hi, this is Tatiana Stern with Exit Realty DTC. I'm here with Scott Smits, who's just purchased this home in Inglewood, Colorado. This property was renovated by John Matthews of Firefly Properties, and I'm curious, Scott, on how did the process go?
So I think working with John was a complete pleasure. When I first met John, he was the type of builder I knew from the very beginning that I wanted to work with because he had a very personal approach and was probably one of the few builders that I've worked with that would actually listen to what I wanted to have done, which I think for me was pretty important.
Okay, can you tell me what was some of your favorite parts of going through this process with John?
Yeah, I think probably the fact that I came in before the home was completed, I had the opportunity to pick out a number of things. And working with John and having his expertise of knowing what would fit and what would work with the style of the home, but then also being able to combine that with what my preferences were, I think was a perfect opportunity to kind of pick out what I want, but also have John sort of lead me in a direction here or there and say, yeah, I think this would work, but you might want to think about something else here. And I think the two of us working together was a great combination there.
Yeah, he does have very good input when it comes to the flow, how a house flows, how you're going to be living in the home, and just your day-to-day life. How long have you been living in the house now?
I've been here just a little over a month. And I think my initial experience was that the way John constructed the home was exactly how I would end up living here as a homeowner. When John and I were picking out some of the final items, he would sort of offer some advice and say, I think you should put dimmers here, I think we should do a three-way here. And I think for me, I had no idea how I was going to use the space, but John had taken the time to think through some of those things of what a potential homeowner would want. And I think I've realized in that first few months that he's hit a home run really in every occasion.
And it really makes a difference when a builder truly cares about the product that they're delivering to the consumer.
Yeah, John does incredible work in terms of the finishes that he picks out and the time and the thought that he actually puts into building his homes. And I think that's something that it's not all about the money for John, it's actually about making the homeowner happy. And I think that was pretty evident with this project.
Yes, I agree. One last question. So what's your favorite part about the house now that you've been here for about a month?
Well, I think it probably goes back to the very first time I peeked in the windows, was probably the hardwood floors. John put in some wide plank, sort of rustic themed floors, and when I started to pick out some of the final things, we ended up deciding to upgrade the bedrooms with the hardwood floors, and the cost was pretty substantial because it was such a high quality product, but I think it's really made the difference for me in terms of warming up the house and giving it that unique feel that I really wanted in a home.
I have to agree with you, Scott. They do add a lot of value to the property. So if you're looking for somebody to renovate your home or remodel your property, contact John at Firefly Properties. And thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.